Hi, good day everyone. I am Miss Weljin and here with me is Carlisle. We are both English majors. She is currently handling senior high school students. On the other hand, me, I am teaching junior high school. So let me ask you first, how are you?
I'm a bit nervous, though I am used to speaking or to my students, but this is my first time on camera, so I'm a bit nervous.
Um, what is your preferred language when you talk to your students?
I prefer English language, especially it goes be not goes beyond
Goes back.
it goes back to my childhood days when it's I'm the only child that it's between it's always me and my mother. So my mother always lets me watch English movies, especially Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
And then it's our way of communication. My mother won't talk to me in vernacular. She always speaks to me in English. So in return, since as a child always wants to talk, likes to communicate, like asking questions. So in order for me to express my feelings, to express my feelings, so I would tend to speak in English so that me and my mother could have a conversation. Because she won't talk to me in vernacular. She always speaks to me in English.
So you mean you learned first the English language rather than your native one, our vernacular. So you're more adept to
Not that really adept, but a little bit adept. I can say that. Yes.
feel to learn first uh, the English language. Like, how does it feel to be more comfortable in speaking English language rather than your native one, our vernacular?
So, I want to quote that the famous quote of Dr. Jose Rizal na hindi marunong magmahal sa sariling wika ay higit pa sa malansang isda, but that is the truth. I learned English more rather than our vernacular. I'm more comfortable with it. No? I'm not really saying that I'm 100% confident, but I can say I'm confident in speaking the language. I can express more. Because since there are a lot of vocabularies for me to express my point, especially in speaking to my students, in expressing the concepts, making them understand the concepts. Yes.
You know what? In discussing our students, like I can really compare myself way back when we were still doing our practice teaching.
Yeah.
So I was really thinking when we were still doing our practice teaching, I can really speak fluently in front of my students. All throughout the session, I will speak in English because they have this English only policy.
Yes.
But
It's true.
But when I got in the depth ed in the public school, I cannot speak fluently
Entirely
session.
this session.
Yes.
You really need to have this vernacular.
Yes.
You need to speak
I
in
cannot
vernacular.
speak anymore fluently in English because when I speak in English, I had to translate it in vernacular because I have to meet to their level.
Yeah.
Did you feel that as well?
Yes. Always.
Yes.
But
So-
I really tend to speak in English. I could converse. No, not really converse, but I can really explain it thoroughly through
Yes.
English. But when it comes to like I have to meet their ends, it's like I don't know the exact term in
Yeah.
vernacular, so that's why I'm also having a hard time translating it.
Because it's way easier for us to explain it in English rather than in
yes,
vernacular.
yes.
I can really relate to that because it's really as well my experience when it comes to our students. And we can say that whenever we speak in English in front of our students, we are too confident. Like, we think that we are the most intelligent one in the class because we are speaking in English,
Yes.
right? But on the other side of it, I can really say that there are two ways on how the person who can hear you, there are two ways in how are they going to take it.
Yeah.
It's either they will be motivated to
Motivated,
speak, yes,
or-
to speak the language, or
Be intimidated.
yes, correct.
Yes.
So it may be, if you are too confident enough to speak in English, then your students might feel like, I want to learn the language. I
Or-
want to speak as well in English. But
on the other
others,
way around,
yes, and the other
the
way
way around, there are some students who might think that, oh, our teacher is just so
good at speaking. And so
they feel intimidated, so that's why they won't speak anymore.
yes, and that's where maybe language anxiety will,
Get in.
yes, correct.
Yes.
Maybe that's the reason why most of our students cannot speak in English, right?
Yeah.
Because during our practicum days, why is it they can have the English only policy, but right now we cannot establish it inside the class, because if we will, they will not participate, right?
Because we have different backgrounds.
Yes, that's it.
We could differentiate our students from the CNU,
Mhm.
ILS, from our students
Here.
here. So maybe just like my the way I am brought up is the same with the
Yes.
SNU ILS,
Mhm.
rather than in public in DepEd.
Yes. And so, what I can say is, if they want really to learn the language, if they want really to acquire the language, then they should immerse themselves in that
Yes.
culture where that language came from, right? Because if they will speak in English all throughout the time, even if they commit errors,
Yes.
if they will speak to it in daily basis, then basically they will acquire the language unconsciously.
Yes. That's what our Sir Enoch, have you
Yes,
remembered
yes,
Sir
I can
Enoch,
see
our prof in
Send you.
CNU? He always says deliberate. That's his term, deliberate. If you just continuously, deliberately using the language, then you will just acquire it, not unconsciously acquiring it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Carlisle. We had really a knowledgeable topic right now from your point of view as well about language. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you so much for also having me.
And this has been Miss Walgin.
And Miss Carlisle.
Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.
May tapor.